Hello, everyone, once again. That hi is not doing it for me. Hi, everyone. Hi. Now we're talking. Did we enjoy the previous sessions? I see they brought together powerful people who are doing great things in their, industries. And you know what it is for people to leave everything they're doing, their busy schedule, leave money, and come and talk to you and minister to you. So it's an amazing thing. So yes, a round of applause for all of the speakers. I particularly enjoyed Chinedu. Chinedu, I'm not leaving you this year. You're my new best friend. Oh my goodness. So basically, what does it mean to build a brand? Just as I said earlier on, building a brand is who are you and how are you selling it to the world? Do you understand? What story do you want to tell the world about yourself? I tell people it's not enough to build a brand, build a bankable brand, build a global brand. And social media has made it so easy for us. Social media it shrinks the world. Do you understand? It has made the world such a global village. Anybody can stumble on your page because I'm referencing social media because I've built brands, individual brands that have gone on to make thousands, millions, of dollars, not millions, thousands of dollars. Do you get? So from time to time, I will mention social media because I'm an expert in that. So yes, when you're building your brand, please, it's very important to know why. Start with why. Why am I building the brand? How am I going to build this brand? And what am I going to do with this brand that I have built? These things are very important. I tell people, your brand is who you are without saying so much. People should be able to look at your brand and understand what you're trying to tell them about yourself. Do you understand? And in this world, there's a lot of noise out there on social media. So it's important to stand out. You've got to have that standout style. Don't build another person's brand. Let it be you, authentic to you. Do you understand? I know a lot of people throw that word around, but it's very important. Like when I look at people the brands I build, when I come to you, I ask you questions. Who are you? What do you like to do? Tell me about yourself. Do you understand? I sit down with you, I experience you, and then I decide. I take you, and build on you. Do you understand? So your brand is taking that part of you and amplifying it to the world, doing it consistently, telling the story about yourself and telling it consistently and telling it in the best way possible. Do you understand? There's something unique about you. There's something different about you. There's something great about you, and the world should know it. And ultimately, it helps your business. It helps your career. It helps you as a creative. It helps you stand out. Most of the brands I build, I tell them, some people come to me and tell me that, I want to attract brands. Can we go to brands? Let's call brands. I tell them, I don't build that kind of brand. I build a formidable brand. I build a brand that you cannot ignore. So rather than chasing brands, Coca-Cola, Maltina, and all of those brands, Blue and all, chasing them to endorse you, I build a brand that they cannot resist. Do you understand? So in building your brand, build a brand that is formidable. Build a brand that is a brand that cannot be ignored. When you build a solid brand or you build a powerful brand, you cannot be ignored. And they will keep coming back. And you don't have to do too much. You don't have to shout too much. You don't have to talk too much. You don't have to overact too much. Your brand speaks for itself. People will come. Like when I was building, I don't know how many of you know that I built Priscilla Ojo's brand. I've been working with her for the past 6 years. This year makes it 7 years. And initially, she was doing what other Gen Z influencers were doing. She'll put up this sign and all. I'm like, what are you doing? The fact that your mates are doing it doesn't mean that you should stand out. What makes you stand out? What makes you different? Do you understand? And, in building your brand, if you're working with someone, please ensure that you're teachable. You don't know it all. I also learned from people, and I ensure that, I don't want to go there. I'm teachable. I'm doing I started my masterclass last year. Do you know who I learned from? Someone who is really young. I think she's like 29 or 30. But she knows what I don't know. So I paid for it and I sat down, I humbled myself and I listened to her. I needed to know about automation. I needed to know about mastery sale rights. I needed to know about a lot of things that I didn't know. But I didn't go there and say, oh, this girl doesn't really speak well. She's not that bougie. She's not, I wasn't uppity about it. And really, she's making grammatical errors left, right, front, center. But guess what? She has what I want. And she's doing it so well. She has the spirit of excellence. The only thing she needs to do is just brush up her English and, a bit of etiquette to it. But guess what? She's making so much money on social media. When we paid for it, it was, I think it was about 75,000 naira for the course. Guess what? Almost, I think about that one, about 300 people showed up. Do the math. And that's just one thing she does. She has digital products that people are buying left, right. She has a consultation class that people are paying for millions. This girl is not even up to 30. He says she's 29 or 30. She doesn't know how to dress well. She doesn't look the part. She just has a pretty face. And she knows how to get you to buy her stuff. But I humbled myself and I said, you know what, Layole, you don't know certain things. Yes, half of the things she taught, I knew it. But certain things, I did not know it, And I humbled myself and I went to learn. So in building your brand, in pushing yourself out there, in wanting to be successful, please put it at the back of your mind that you have to be teachable. It's absolutely important. I've lost my train of thought. I was somewhere and I came back. So it's very important. You've got to stand out, especially social media. There are so many people out there. The first speaker said, there are so many people. I think it was also Chinedu that said that there are a lot of coaches, there are a lot of content creators, there are a lot of influencers, there are a lot of comedians, there are a lot of financial, they bombard us left, right, front, center. There are a lot of celebrities. Do you get? So how do you stand out? What makes you unique? What makes you different? You know what I've realized? As Christians, we pray a lot, we speak in tongues a lot, but we don't do the work. So we believe that miracles will just fall on our laps. No, hello, excuse you? It does not work like that. Do you get? So it's very, very absolutely important to put in the work. Have the spirit of excellence. Do you understand? Build a brand that people will say, oh my goodness. When I started my PR and management company, I did not advertise. I did not push it out. I did not tell anybody about it. You know how I got referrals? It is the people that I work with that started shouting about me. In fact, most of my successful clients, I ran. I remember when the advocate with me, I said, no way, absolutely no way. Sorry, 1 minute. Sorry? Oh, I'm so sorry. So, what's it called? I was like, no. This Yoruba actress, I don't want her wahala. She's loud, she's this and everything. Yeah. She kept on coming and I kept on saying, I wasn't even saying no, I was running. Until she caught me, I went to her lounge. I went for karaoke. I didn't know she was the owner. And that's how it started. And that's how I started working with her daughter. She called me for her daughter. But I ended up reinventing her own brand. Do you understand? And guess what? So many. I work with the governor's daughter right now because it's not all my clients that I put out there. I work with the governor's daughter right now. And who referred me? Someone who I was nice in building a brand. Please let people have an experience when they meet you. It's absolutely important. There are so many people who are good with their craft, who are fantastic with their craft. But guess what? Attitude sends people away. Just as our first speaker said, he said that lady ought to have been a manager 6 years ago. So please work on yourself. As I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. I wasn't always like this. I had to do a lot of personal development. I had to work on myself. I'm still work in progress. Please work on yourself. If not, you will lose out on so many things. And then when you die, when you're gray and old and you die, you are standing in front of God, He will say, but I gave you this. Say, God, I wanted to achieve this thing, but I gave you this. I did this. I showed you this. But what happened? You lost it because of your attitude, because you did not have emotional intelligence. Do you understand? So it's I'm so sorry. So it's important. Your attitude is absolutely important. If you know that you're not a people person, get someone to do the job for you. For entrepreneurs, who are building brands, get it, just as Chinedu said, get people to handle it. So it's very, very important to build a formidable brand. It's very important to build a bankable brand. It's very important to work on yourself, self-development, absolutely important. There was a time, can you remember when Yabo used to shout on social media, when she wears her black bonnet, she'll be shouting, I spoke and spoke and spoke. But today, do you see her shout? Do you see her wear her black bonnet? She doesn't know, because I always, she said anytime she wants to do, when she remembers the lie, you'll say, your brand. This is not part of your brand. There's a way she imitates me. This is not good for your brand. Do you understand? So it's important, because guess what? Her daughter was getting a lot of deals. But she wasn't getting half of the deals her daughter was getting, because other people will not want to associate with you. Not everyone will want to associate with you. I remember there was a time people would ask, producers will come, because I needed to reinvent her brand. So I said, I need you to put a pause on Yoruba movies for now. I want Netflix movies, I want these movies and all of that. So I said, pause. Let's do this. Producers will come, they'll ask Toyin Brand, please, how is she to work with? Please, does she fight on? Do you understand? They were very scared of working with her. But when she gets on set and they see, when they eventually convince them and she gets on set and they see how professional she is, they're amazed. But she is B. She has been in the industry for 25 years. I don't know how long you guys have been doing your business, but if you're about to start, nobody's going to give you that room to, allow you. No one. So please work on yourself. It's very important. You know what I mean? It will take you far. When I was building my own brand, I said to myself, number one, my brand will be associated with integrity. So if you pay me money for something, you'll get value for it. I will when I'm pitching, like when you come to me and I tell you what I can do for you, in fact, I don't like to talk too much. I like you to experience me and experience my business. Do you understand? So that you can go, oh, wow. This is amazing. I under-talk and over-deliver, even if I say so myself. Do you understand? So it's very, very important. Very, very important. Also, another thing I need to talk to, have the spirit of excellence, because you can build a brand, you can look nice, the aesthetics can look nice. Do you understand? You can look the part, because in building your brand, I forgot to say this from the beginning. See, in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, I don't know about anywhere else in the world. In Lagos, Nigeria, people judge you by how you look. So when you're building your brand, ask yourself these 3 questions. How should the brand sound? How should the brand feel? And how should the brand look? And honestly, it doesn't have to be expensive. Do you understand? It takes little to put yourself together, your hair, your makeup, it took me, I'm not telling you that I have always been like this. It took me time to get myself ready. Do you understand? To prepare myself, to train myself, to develop myself. It's important, because guess what? Someone who doesn't have the skill sets, the gift sets, who doesn't have the talent will get it before you, who is not looking nice. Someone will package themselves. One of my former colleague, Ike Osakioduo, he was telling me a story. When he wanted to scale up, when he increased his money for hosting, he, at that time, I think he did, I can't remember the show he did, and he was blowing up all over the place. And somebody asked for him, a very high value individual asked him to come, because he wanted to negotiate with him. They wanted him to host an event. And then he went to the person's house and he called his millions. And the person said, okay. And then when the person said, we'll get back to you. And the person now intentionally walked him out to see the car he brought, to see if he has ever handled the money he's asking for. That's how shallow people are. It's so at that point, it wasn't about how good he was. It was about the packaging, the branding. Do you understand? How, how Lagos. Do you understand? So it's very true. So what will it take you to brush your hair, comb your hair, have a nice haircut, look good, smell good? Do you understand? Speak well, train yourself. I tell people, know something about everything and everything about something. It just makes you different from every other person. I'm still work in progress when it comes to that. Do you understand? Even if you don't know everything about something, just at least to be able to chit chat and talk to people about it. Do you understand? Just a bit. It just makes you different. It gives you that standout style. Do you get? Now, everything we do is on social media. Social media is so powerful that the president of the United States of America breaks news on Twitter. So you see how social media, how powerful social media is. Everybody uses social media. So what I want to tell you, if you have, for instance, 10,000 followers, and God says that you're going to live in this world for, let's say, 90 years, in your whole life, you are never going to meet those 10,000 people. What you post is who you are. What you say, how you look, everything you do, that is who you are. So why don't you just do it well? Do you understand? It's big business. Influencers, content creators, coaches are making more money than bank managers, than people who work in oil companies, I have clients. I change their rate cards. I speak with brands when they come. So I know I have a client who charges, I was one, we charge, so let me say it that way. I was one that raised this person's rate card. I put 10 million for a video post. Guess what? Brands are paying. With a video, with a video that wasn't created with the phone. Sometimes we get professional people, videographers. Other times we use just her phone. 10 million. People are paying for one video. Do you understand? Because that person, we've worked on that person, we've reinvented the brand, we've said, see, certain things you can't do because you're building a global brand. That's what I tell people, please, whatever you're doing, build a global brand. Because anybody can stumble on your page. Do you know, sometimes when I get an email from international brands, I wonder, how did they discover us? Well, why will I ask that question when I'm building a global brand? Build a brand not just for Nigeria, not just for Lagos, or not just for your village people. Do you understand? Build a global brand. Build a brand that would appeal to everyone, except you're a comedian. No, yes, it's true, because you have to speak broken English, blah, blah, blah. And even at that, you can even translate it. Do you get? And then on days that you're not, have you seen Brother Shaggy on a regular? Do you know he's the only celebrity that went for Temi Otedola's wedding? Have you met him? He doesn't, he's not a joker. When you see him, he's well put together. That funny brand is not what you see on ground. He's telling you that I am a serious brand. I'm not a jester in real life. Do you understand? He was the only one that was invited for the Billionaires. That should tell you something. That means there's something he's doing right. There's something he's doing differently. Do you understand? He stands out on ground. He doesn't mess with his brand. And you know, as Christians, we just like to do things anyhow. We tell ourselves, let's pray and fast, and we don't back it up with work. What does the Bible say about work? Faith without work. Do you understand? We know these things, but we don't practice these things. It's very important. Do you understand? Build a global brand. Build a bankable brand. Build an irresistible brand. And it starts with, why am I building this brand? Who am I? What do I want to say about myself to the world? How do I want the outside world to perceive me? Do you understand? And you have to be consistent with this thing. And you know, when you're building a brand, it's important to know that you can't take the elevator in building your brand. You've got to take the stairs. There's no shortcut. You just start. That's the most important thing. Start, do it well, do it right, be consistent with the story you're telling, and you will be shocked. You'll not even have to make too much noise about what you're selling or what business you're doing or what, people will make that noise for you. People will refer people that you don't know, you have no idea about, will sell your market for you. Do you understand? So please, it's important. It's very important. Sorry. Your points I wrote down. Please, are we getting something? Because the way you guys are staring, I'm like, are we sure? Nobody is going to see the best of you until you show it. People don't patronize what they don't know. Chinedu said it, Jethro said it. It's very important. Please don't be humble about your craft. Don't shy away. Toot your horn. I used to be like that when social media started. I was quiet. I said my work will show for me. No, your work will not show for you. At some point, other people who are not as good as you are will get the jobs. It even starts as little as when you're introducing yourself. When people ask you, I was at a gathering. It was not a gathering, it was a bridal shower, I think about 3 weeks ago. And they said, introduce yourselves. Tell us what you do. Some people were shy about telling us what they do. And when it got to my turn, I said, why will I be shy? Is this not what I do? What God has given me? I said, I'm a broadcaster extraordinaire. I'm a compare like none other. I'm a peer management guru. Should I go on? See, so toot your horn, but please ensure that what you do backs up what you're saying. Oh, it's very important. Do you understand? Talk about, even if it is water, say I sell H2O in a sachet, but it's popularly known as pure water. Let there be something different about you. Do you understand? Let's stand out. Do you get? Toot your horn, talk about yourself. If you don't know how to speak well, you can still start, but progression. She said there's something is better than, progress is better than perfection. Start, but make sure that you're developing yourself. I've not always spoken like this. There was a time I used to say that, this, until it took someone to tell me, no, Lily, it's that, it's this, I watch CNN. I need to know how to pronounce words properly. There was a time I was doing this thing, Learn with Layole on social media. I don't know how many people saw it. People, when I meet people, they say, you changed my life. I say, it's English, how? Do you understand? And that's because I trained myself. Because the first DM I got was someone asking me that, do I train government officials on how to speak well and sound right? Do you understand that there's someone in, is it House of Assembly or National Assembly? I say, how? These things I'm saying plumber, please don't say plumber, say plumber. Don't say cucumber, say cucumber. Some of the words I didn't even know. I just Google it. That's just to tell you that people don't research, people don't learn on their own. Do you understand? So anything you have, any gift you have, any craft you have, any business you have, you can make it. And you can make it big. Do you understand? Because you know what, I was telling Chinedu when we sat down, when we were having our tea break, I said, Chinedu, you just said one of the most powerful things I wanted to say. And she said, I want to die empty at an old age. I want to get in front of my Heavenly Father and he'll say, well done. I want to die empty. I want to give to the world everything my Father has deposited in me. Because their destiny is tied to me. Their destiny is tied to you. Do you understand? If you make it in your family, do you know how many people you can pull along? Do you know how many people's lives you can change? Do you know what you can do? Do you understand? It's absolutely important. Like the people I work with, when we have to shoot, when I see the plethora of people we work with, when I see the lives that we change, that is what gives me, it's such a fulfilling thing. There was a guy who came to us. He used to use his phone to shoot videos. And at that time, I think he used to collect 10,000 or 15,000, which was really low because other people were collecting about 50 at that time. But the unique thing about him is that some of them, when they come to shoot for us, they shoot and then they give us the video the next day. This guy will shoot you. He'll record you, whatever it is you're recording. Stand there. He doesn't even sit. He stands to edit. And guess what? When I finally introduced him to one of my big celebrities, he was ready. Because what he had honed his skill. He was ready. So when he told us it was 15,000, we said, we can't pay you 15,000. Do you understand? So from Iyabo, he met Choma Gude. From Choma Gude, in fact, the boy was squatting with his friend in a studio when he met us. Now, he has bought a car. He has moved into his house. He has bought his equipment. His life has changed. He said, my mom wants to talk. She wants to thank you. I said, your mom doesn't need to thank me. Just don't work. This, what I have done has given me so much fulfillment, so much joy. I see someone like Priscilla Ojo. When she met me, she was collecting how much? 50,000 naira. But now I don't even want to tell you guys. I sit in my house and my percentage is in millions. You don't get it. Destinies are tied to you. As long as you sit on your craft, you sit on your gift sets, you sit on your skill sets. Please, may you not get to heaven and God will say everything, just like the people that God gave, they gave talent. And this one said, I buried it. This one said, God even gave the person that had doubled it more. And please, don't say you're not ready. You are ready. Start. As much as I've hosted quite a number of high-profile events. I'm the only red carpet host that has hosted in Aso Rock during Goodluck Jonathan and Namani Sambo's inauguration. Thank you. I don't think anyone else has done it. I've hosted MBJ and I've hosted in New York Fashion Week, Pretoria Fashion Week, Maltese Fashion Week. I've done all of that. But guess what? When it was time for me to do my masterclass, I was shaking. Because I was like, oh my God, social media people, if I do the wrong thing, say the wrong thing, they'll drag me, they'll do this, gosh, I had so many thoughts running through my mind. You know, okay, you planned a successful wedding, JP 2025, so do you get, and sometimes when people come for your masterclass, it's not to come and learn, it's just to come and drag you, hear what you have to say and drag you. You know, so I had butterflies in my stomach, but I said, what? He that is in me is greater than he that is in the world. At least, even if it's 5 or 10 people, I will still do what God said I should do. And I did the video. And one of the videos had about over 500,000 views on my page. And I was like, okay. And I did it. And I made some good money. I was like, wait. Imagine if I had sat on that. And you know, because it was in November, one of the most fulfilling thing about that for me was Christmas. When people were asking me for money, I could give. Do you know how, oh my goodness, I could give people that really needed it. Some people were in the hospital. Some people had absolutely nothing for Christmas. Now I was like, God, thank you. Do you understand? I could give back. And that's why he made us. Some people are not as educated as you are. Some people are not as enlightened as you. Some people will never achieve what you've achieved. So that's why God needs you to... He said, replenish the earth. Have dominion. Do you understand? Cultivate the earth. That is what we're here to do. Yes, we're all going to heaven because as long as you're a believer, you will make it to heaven. Do you understand? Sin doesn't take you to hell. It's just when you deny God, that's what takes you. When you do acknowledge that Jesus Christ is your Lord and personal Savior, but that's not license for you to sin. Do you get? I've lost my train of thought. What was I saying before? Yeah. So there's no work for you to do in heaven. There's no floor for you to till. There's nothing. So this is where he needs you to do everything. So why are we not doing it? Why are we not being the best? Why are we not having the spirit of excellence? The difference between you and the people who are doing it is because they took that bold step. They built formidable brands. They built great brands. The difference between that person on social media that is not making money from their business, from their craft, from being a content creator, from being an influencer, from selling products, from being a coach, the difference between you and the other person is that person started, that person put in the work, that person built an aesthetically pleasing page, that person showed up in the right way. That person was consistent, whether they spoke good or bad English. That person was consistent. And guess what? The results will show. See, even if you're not a believer, in Japan, are they believers? In China, are they Christians? In Dubai, are they Christians? Are they Christians? No. Are they believers? No. But is the result there? Because that is the rule. That's God's rule already. If you walk and you're commit and you're consistent, you will get results. If you believe people are not following you and you've not prayed and broken all the curses and all of that, you get, because we also have that you have to deal with. But we believers, let's put in the work. Let's put in the work and let's show up, have the spirit of excellence. I can't overemphasize it. The first speaker talked about it. Chinedu talked about it. I'm talking about it. That's to tell you why it's so pivotal to you building your brand, to you achieving your goals, to you standing out, to you making it in life. When I want to do stuff, I don't do it anyhow. I put in my best. I cross the T's and dot the I's. I make sure, I ask myself, is this the best? Because for my spiritual father, that's what I learned from him, having the spirit of excellence. If you enter my church, you think you're in London, for those who are not members. The way the toilets were, when they built that place, the toilet is still like that. Do you understand? Because he wants you to come in and have an experience. I want you to meet me and have a wholesome experience. Do you understand? I don't want you to just meet Layole, and I don't want to be unforgettable. I want to be unforgettable so that I'm unstoppable. I have never, in fact, it was my last 2 clients that make people know that I do PR. I don't toot my horn. I don't write it. I don't put it anywhere. But because of how they felt that I had impacted their lives, they just kept on shouting about it, writing about it. Your spirit of excellence and how well you do what you do will sell it, but you also have to talk and toot your horn because you know what you have and you know how well you do what you do. Do you understand? Yeah, so I have some nuggets that I usually teach, and I want to just, tell you. What I've said initially, there is no elevator to building your brand, building success. You have to take steps. There's something unique about yourself. There's something different. There's something special that the world needs to know and see and experience. There's something unique about yourself. There's something different about yourself. There's something that is great about yourself that the world needs to know and see and experience. Please don't keep it to yourself and your family members. Please, when you're building your brand, it's very important. It takes years to build a brand. It takes seconds to break it, and it takes forever to rebuild it. Be very careful what you do out there, what you post, what you talk about. You'll never see me on social media half naked. You never see me on social media twerking. You'll never see me on social media talking loosely. You never see me on social media doing certain things because I know who I am and whose I am. So even if certain things are trending, I'm not a part of it because I understand where I'm from. I'm accountable to my Heavenly Father. Do you understand? So you see people do a lot of things to get attention and get money, but I wouldn't do that. And I try to ensure that my clients don't also do that. I mean, they're not going to listen to everything you say, but it's important because at the end of the day, it speaks for you in rooms where you're not. So please, all money is not good money. So please don't forget, it takes years to build a brand. If you don't go home with anything, please go home with this. It takes years to build a brand, seconds to break it, and forever to rebuild it. So be very careful. Because most of the things we do now is centered around social media. How many of you are on social media? Okay, fantastic. So I always tell people your social media is your television station. Decide on what you want to show people. Social media is for you to educate, entertain, inspire. Please use it wisely. Use it wisely because just as I said earlier on, you're not going to meet everyone in your lifetime. So whatever you put there is who you are. Whatever you put there, how you put it, what you say about yourself, what you don't even say about yourself, what you post is who you are. So to build an authentic personal brand, it's take the best of you and amplify it to the world. It's very important. I tell people trying to be someone else is like a waste of who you are. There's something special about you. There's something different about you. There's something unique about you. Please don't try to be someone else because you can't fake it for too long. People will see through you. Do you understand? And there's something different about you. There's something special about you. Find that thing. Amplify it. Don't be, the best you'll be is a copy of someone else. Do you understand? Whatever it is you do, business, you're creative, please, there's something different about you. There's something authentic about you. Look at the guy that came to Nigeria was touring Africa. Just as our first speaker said, he said, hey, boy that backs. That's how he started his brand, by backing. Do you get? But see where he is today. He has about 50 million subscribers on YouTube. I think he's second to Mr. Beast. I'm not so sure. And with that backing, he has changed the perception of Africa around America. Some Americans still think that we live in huts and we have raffia all around us. And we no, it's true. Some Americans think, a friend of mine, an American was asking me, he went to school in Americans, and a black American was asking him that, so you live in trees like you. He was not trying to insult him. He just didn't know because Africa had been painted in that light, like we're beggars, we're hungry, so you know what the person told him? He said, yes, your country's ambassador to our country also lives in those trees too. Do you understand? This guy came from backing and, just showing people different things on social media. He has been able to change the whole world's perception about Africa because they are seeing it live. They are seeing that Americans were crying. Did you guys see it? Oh my gosh, they tricked us. I can't believe that Africa is that beautiful. They lied to us. I'm traveling. They could not believe it. They don't know that we look nice, we dress well. They don't know that we're intelligent. But I'm shocked because don't you see us on social media? Don't you see? But there's still some people that don't believe until their own person came and streamed live. He said, wait, you have beaches, you have houses, you have cars. They couldn't believe it. But guess what? This guy did not decide to do what everybody else was doing. He started by backing. I don't know how. I don't know his story. And look at where it has brought him. Do you know what it means to have 50 million subscribers on this thing? Do you know how much that boy is raking in? If he's a believer, do you know the number of lives he will change? Do you know the number of mouths he will feed? He can collectively do what you and I cannot do for Nigeria. Imagine if that was a Nigerian and that was a believer. Do you know what that person will do with that money? So please, the kingdom of God needs you to be successful. It's important, absolutely important. So I think I've said enough. I have more to say, but then I have to dash. So please, if you haven't taken anything from here, take the fact that you've got to build a great brand, a formidable brand, a brand that cannot be ignored. It's very important. Start by why. Why am I telling this? Why am I building this brand? Do you understand? Then how do I want to build this brand? After you've embodied this brand, how do I want to build this brand? Then who are my target audience? Who are the people I need to reach? And how do I reach them? And what platforms are they on? Do you understand? It's very important. And then I need to also tell you this. The God factor is so, so important. Oh my goodness. Hey, I don't do anything without praying, no. Forget you might see me look nice and all that. I don't joke with God. I don't joke with my prayers. I don't joke with God because I tell people I don't mix God. I don't mix Jesus with anything. I don't. And that's why certain things, I hear it. I hear it. Some of the steps I have taken in my life, in my career, most of it, all of it, I mean, it's God. Oh. And when something is not working the way I want to work, I go back to him and say, Baba God, what's up? How far? What's happening? I know it took Joseph so many years, but I don't know if I have Joseph's, I don't know. Do you understand? It took Abraham 90 years. I don't know how long. I don't know if I can wait till Abraham, but I mean, sorry? I'm not Abraham. Do you understand? Joseph, but God, these are my plans. This is what I say. These are my plans, but let your will be done. But please add speed to it. Do you understand? It's very important. And then prayer, God, please don't joke with it. That's what stands you out from the rest. Do you understand? You have insight. He tells you, he shows you. Tells you what step to take, what to do, what not to do. When it was three of us that planned Priscilla Ojo's wedding, it was me, it was Chama Goodhair, and Iyabo Ojo. And guess what? We did our best. And a lot of things were put on me. In fact, that time I didn't have time for my clients. I didn't have to, because I was just focused on the wedding. And her mother trusted my taste, trusted so many things about me that she handed over a lot of things to me. Initially, I thought I couldn't do it because it was a lot. I think it was like a 6-part wedding. But I tried my best. When people come to meet me and say, oh, blah, 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 you did well, it was so well, it was Disney, it was a global wedding. I just tell them, I said, I did my best. I did my ordinary. God added his extra on it. God will always add his extra if you allow him, if you let him, if you pray about it. Do you understand? When you are anxious, when you're anxious, when you are shaking and you're doing things your way, heaven rests. When you rest, heaven stands up. I can't speak for others. I did my best. I did my ordinary. God added his extra. I don't know what we did that was special. But I know because it's the God factor. And then on a final note, please, go home with this. Dream big, start small, grow fast, constantly reinvent yourself, stay humble. Thank you.